this year's Young Authors Book Project, When Duty Calls, and there's also a printout that has QR codes in case you want to check out any of our other books. To start, we're going to be having a panel discussion, and I'll let Miss Sarah introduce the students on the panel. But before she does that, I wanted to take some time to introduce our moderator, Ron Charles. Ron Charles writes about books and publishing for the Washington Post. For a dozen years, he enjoyed teaching American literature and critical theory in the Midwest. Before moving to the district, he edited the books section of the Christian Science Monitor in Boston. His wife is an English teacher and the cinematographer of their satirical series, The Totally Hip Video Book Review. He also serves on the programs committee for 826DC. So I'm going to hand it over to Miss Sarah to introduce the students, and then we'll get started with the panel.
So on our panel today, and when I call your name, you can start making your way up to the stage, okay? First we have L'Oreal. She wrote an amazing story about a teenage spy / assassin. So be on the lookout for that. Next we have Zoe. Zoe, who wrote an amazing story about a girl who gets pulled into a portal. Jarrell is next, who is a warrior trying to take down his evil father. That's what his story is about. That's not who Jarrell is. Next we have Amaya, who wrote a wonderful story about a teenage detective. Next is Zaire. And Zaire wrote a story about someone getting challenged through football. Demetrius wrote a wonderful story about someone who used to be a spy, but is now a successful NBA player. And lastly, we have Kaya. Kaya wrote a wonderful story about a spy / assassin / fighter, kung fu girl. There's a lot going on in her story. Take a look at it. Who is trying to fight to get her parents back. So here are our panelists. I'm going to pass it on over to Ron. I hope you guys are able to get just a glimpse of just how amazing these authors are and their journey as writers and authors. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the introduction and your wonderful awards ceremony, which was a blast. What a great teacher you already are. This is your first year right here?
Yes.
Amazing. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming, you all. As I said, I write about books for the Washington Post, and I had the great pleasure of reading this book, which I thought was terrific and great fun. And I'm going to talk to these kids about the writing process, about how they wrote their stories, and particularly about revision. You all been prepared for this discussion, right? Yeah, great. I wanted to go down the line, starting at the end there. Could you each tell me one word that describes your story? One word that describes your story. Amaya, can we start with you? Just go right down the line. One word that describes your story. Here comes a mic. Little switch at the bottom there.
Okay. One word that I would describe my story is reality.
No? Excellent.
One word I describe my story is weird.
Oh.
One word I would describe my story is cool.
One word I would describe my story is creative.
Great. Yeah.
One way I would describe my story is interesting.
One word I describe my story as rich.
One word that I would use to describe my story is mysterious.
Mysterious. Nice. Okay. Kaya, we can stay with you. You don't mind? We're talking about revising. What does it feel like to revise? I mean, it takes a lot of time to come up with a story, but then your teacher says, this is not done, and you think, well, it is done. And she says, no, you must revise it. What does that feel like?
It feels like starting my story all over again and starting from scratch.
Really? Is this like hard work? Sure. Demetrius, how about you?
Same thing what she said. Restart and move from scratch.
But you have something on the page. I mean, you're not starting totally from scratch.
It's like a new beginning.
Yeah, okay. What's you? What is it like to have to revise?
Revising was like adding to my story.
It felt like restarting because I made more changes than I expected and deleted more off the page than I expected.
Oh, interesting.
It feels like I really have to write the whole story over again.
Like all over again?
It feels like my mind went blank and I know what to put down the paper. When revising, I feel proud because of all the progress I made, knowing that only minor things need correction.
As a journalist, I can only write so long because the stories are always due, and so when it's due, it's just due, and then I know I'm done. But how do you know when it's done? You can just write forever, right? How do you know when you're done? You can just stop. Do you think it's perfect now?
How do I know I'm done? Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
That's all right. You're doing fine.
I know when I'm done when my problem is solved.
When what?
When my solution is solved.
Oh, okay.
When right.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine. No.
I know when I'm done is when I feel like I put everything in the book and can't really write.
I know when I'm done when the solution is, the problem is solved.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
I know when I'm done. I feel like I finished the story.
Yeah. Demetrius?
I know when I'm done, when I finish writing all my paragraphs.
I feel like when I'm done is when my mind is clear.
Oh.
And I have no more ideas left.
You're just, that's it. There's nothing left to write. What does it feel like to be done? Are you like relieved?
Yes.
Relieved? What part of the writing process did you enjoy least?
I enjoy character development because
Least?
Oh yeah. I at least enjoy brainstorming and planning because
Yeah.
it's tiring.
Like just when you're starting off? Yeah, from the start. Demetrius, what did you enjoy least about the writing process?
The free writing. Because, like, when I type a lot, my hands feel like they're about to fall off.
What did you enjoy least? Yeah, what did you like least about it?
What I enjoy
Maybe you liked it all.
What I enjoyed least was planning.
Planning, yeah.
What I enjoyed the least was free writing because when you have an idea, you have to think beyond because you don't know what to write next.
No, yeah.
What I enjoyed the least was revision because I didn't like have to correct my story the whole time. The one that I enjoyed the least was revising because I had to think of new ideas to make my story be better. What I least enjoyed was revising because I just wanted to be done with everything.
Oh, nice. You wanted it to go on and on. Nice, nice. Staying at the end, who did you think you were writing for? I mean, it wasn't just it wasn't just Sarah, was it? It could be, that'd be nice, it could be, but was it someone else? Were you writing for someone? Did you think of someone else in your mind?
I think I was writing for really myself.
Yeah, that's what most authors, I think that's what most authors say.
People I was mostly writing for was like middle schoolers my age.
Nice.
People I was mostly writing for was like anyone who felt like they wanted to read my story.
Yes.
I was writing for myself.
Who were you writing for? Just the teacher? Anyone else? Did you think of anyone else when you were writing?
I was writing for adults.
No?
I was writing for people who in college and adults.
No, nice, okay.
I was writing for people like me so they can understand my story.
That's nice. Yeah. And the books are in the library, right? Yes, I think I heard that was true, yes. Books are in the library, you can check them out, you can also buy them, of course. Yeah. Let's see. Was it helpful to plan out, or would you rather just sit down and just write whatever comes to you, or did you like to have a plan of what was going to happen?
I just like to write whatever comes to me. It sounds better.
Oh, okay. Demetrius, did you have a plan, or did you just write whatever came to you?
I had a plan, cause like, if you have like a plan, like a, what's it called? Yeah, an outline. You can like just type what you wrote on your outline, and you can just type it up.
Oh, yeah. Did you have a plan, or did you just write whatever came to you?
I had a plan because, like, if I wrote something down on paper, if I forget what's on the paper, I could just write go back to the outline.
Oh, yeah, right.
At first I was writing the ideas that came to my mind, but after realizing, I realized that I needed a plan.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. You don't have to answer every question. That's fine.
At first, I did have a plan, but then when I started writing it, I had more ideas, so I just wrote off my head.
And your story was about what? Remind me?
Killer Team.
Right. Yes, which is kind of suspenseful. So you kind of have to know where you're going a little bit. Yeah. Do you want to answer again? Or, yes, come back. It's fine.
It was helpful to write. If you wasn't writing, you wouldn't know what you were writing. You would just be writing something.
Right.
I was just writing whatever came to me.
Really? Just however it went?
Yes.
Yeah, that works too, of course. Yeah. A lot of you wrote about heroes or warriors, right?
Yeah.
Kind of superheroes. Some of them are even called superheroes. How did you decide? How did you decide to write about a character like that?
I decided to write a character like a hero just because I feel like it would be easy.
Right, it was. Yeah, the stories are very exciting.
I decided to write Rise of Warrior because mostly you see movies about like heroes. So I
Right.
thought maybe I would try to like make a book about warriors.
Nice.
I made mine a hero and a warrior because he's brave. That made him a warrior, and a hero because he also helped people.
Nice.
I made my character a warrior.
What are the secrets that she's giving you to get you unstuck?
Like she would help me like with some good ideas or like what to write down. Or sometimes I take my time to think.
Okay. How did you get unstuck? Like you just run out of ideas and you're sitting there and the page is blank.
How I got unstuck was I took my time.
Yeah, just wait it out. Yeah. One of my friends goes for a walk. I usually eat, which I don't recommend.
The person I asked for help was Mr. Chris because he helped me when I was revising.
Nice. It's good to have somebody to help you out. I have an editor.
If I had got stuck, I probably would either ask Miss Sarah or just try to think of something else.
Oh, yeah.
When I get stuck, I get really irritated, and then I ask Miss Sarah for help. When I get stuck, I ask Miss Sarah for help.
Nice. Yeah, apparently you are the real hero in these stories. Was this the first story, the longest story that you'd written? Was this the first story, the first long story, the first story that begins, has a middle, and ends that you'd ever written?
Yes.
Was that the case with most of you?
Yes.
No, not you though. You've written a few stories? Okay, all right.
What's your question again?
Was this the first long story that you'd written?
Yes, this is the first time.
Yes.
Beatrice?
Yes, this is my first story.
Okay, and you said you'd written one before. Yeah. This is a trick question because it's not on the list there, but what did you learn from doing it like this? You know the answer to that? Did you learn anything from writing a story like this? Would you do it again?
Yes.
You would? Nice. Nice.
What I learned was,
Would you do it again?
huh?
Would you write a story again?
Yeah.
Nice. Would you write another story? Did you like
Yes,
it?
because I found it interesting how I can express my ideas in a book.
Excellent.
I wouldn't do it again because it was just, it was hard.
It is hard. It is hard.
No, I can't take it no more. No, I wouldn't do it again. It's too stressful.
Yeah, well, it's good to do it and see what you're interested in, yeah. And how nice to have these stories of yours printed in this book, which looks so great. You all, it's been great fun talking to you. Thanks for talking about your process. It's really nice to meet all of you.